Everyone, welcome to Skills by Year. Today we are going to look at basic first aid procedures, and I am your presenter. What is first aid? First aid is any immediate help given to an injured person before he or she is sent to the hospital. First aid is important because it helps to sustain the injuries before the person is given professional medical help. Injuries that require first aid: burns, splinters, abrasions or scrapes, stings, sprains, seizures, poisoning, heart attack, strains, cuts, choking, and many more. Aims of first aid. First aid aims to preserve life, to promote recovery, to relieve pain, to prevent escalation of injuries, and then to protect the unconscious. First aid preserves life because when certain injuries occur, if first aid is not given immediately, the person can die or lose their life. It also promotes recovery because the person starts receiving medical help, so recovery is able to start. It also relieves the person of the pain because whilst we are doing the first aid, the person will be given painkillers, which reduces the pain. First aid also prevents escalation of injuries because it prevents the injury from spreading further in the body. It also protects the unconscious body. What is a first aid kit? It's any container, that is, it can be a box, a bowl, that contains supplies used to treat minor injuries. Items which can be found in a first aid kit. We can have a scissors, bandage, tweezers, adhesive tape, gloves, antiseptic wipes, and antibiotic ointments. And these are images to help you visualize them more. Now we are going to look at first aid for choking. Mostly when choking occurs, a 5 and 5 approach is mostly used to deliver first aid. Let's see how to do the 5 and 5. You first deliver 5 back blows between the person's shoulder blades with the heel of your hand. You then place 5 abdominal thrusts, which is also known as the Heimlich maneuver, on the person's abdomen. Alternate between the 5 blows and the 5 thrusts till the blockage is found. First aid for foreign object in the eye. A foreign object is any object which is in the eye which is not supposed to be there, that causes irritation to the eye. So when you're doing first aid, you first wash your hands and seat the person with the foreign object in a well-lighted area. You then gently examine the eye to find the object. Pull the lower lid down and ask the person to look up. You also hold the upper lid down whilst the person looks down. If the object is flowing on the tear film on the surface of the eye, use a medicine dropper filled with saline solution, which is also salt solution, or clean lukewarm water to flush it out. If a medicine dropper isn't available, use a glass of water or hold the person's head under a gentle stream of water. First aid for electric shock. Look, but don't touch the person. This is really important because if you touch the person, you can get shocked and you also be in the same predicament as the person you are touching. Try to turn off the source of electricity if possible. And while turning off the source of electricity, make sure that you have no conductor in contact with you. If not, move the source away from you and the person with a dry non-conducting object. This is if you can't turn off the source of electricity. Move the source away from you and the person with a dry non-conducting object. Afterwards, check for signs of circulation. The signs of circulation can be breathing, coughing, or any movement. Lay the person down and if possible, position the head slightly lower than the trunk with the legs raised. After coming into contact with electricity, the person should immediately see a doctor to check for internal injuries, even if the person is showing no obvious signs or symptoms, to prevent further injuries. This is where we have reached so far, and thank you all for listening. Go to the next video if you want to learn more about first aid. Thank you.